Montgomery Bear High School presents Sankofa.
Good evening, everyone. We would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and supporting our incredible Black History Month show. The last time we were on this stage was in 2020, and we're so excited to be here again.
The pandemic may have caused us to be in this space together, but now we get to show you what we created. It was directed by us,
Choreographed by our students.
and written by these amazing and talented scriptwriters.
Please take a moment to locate your nearest exits and silence all cell phones. Also, no flash photography and no food or drinks in the audience. Sankofa,
Look back, go forward.
welcome.
Voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Rejoicing, rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
There is power in numbers and there is power in unity. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke this truth in the act of fighting injustices and inequalities of the Black community. It is this that made our progress as people possible. The need to empower Black people, and all of which this includes, is more important now than ever. Right now, there is an obligation to build our community, and unless we keep striving collectively, our future will never be secure. The power of the Black community has always been critical to our survival as people. If we do not acknowledge the purposes of the past movements and the successes of our people, we cannot move forward. We cannot heal if we move on forgetting how we got here in the first place. Even though we were stolen from our homelands, and even though our ancestors have endured the dehumanization of slavery and the subversion of segregation, we must continue the legacy of our ancestors who have joined together and fought so that we could survive and thrive. Sankofa is an African word that comes from the Akantu language of Ghana. It is derived from the Akan proverb that translates to, "It is not taboo to go back and fetch what you forgot." Sankofa symbolizes more than the curiosity and the eagerness for knowledge of our past and history. It is the wisdom of remembering the actions of our past and using that same wisdom to grow, support, and fight for each other. But we must be united to do so. Langston Hughes wrote in his autobiography that the Negro is still in vogue. Together we will always be, and together we will forever rise.
We're taking African American history with Dr. Johnson.
Yeah, you knew that class goes up so quickly.
Duh, because everyone loves Dr. Johnson. His class feels like barbershop talk. Everyone's spitting out their ideas and getting into heated arguments.
Yeah, like that one guy who's defending that Kanye tweet.
They were basically yelling at each other by the end.
I missed it, didn't I?
Yeah, where were you? class just got out.
My alarm didn't go off, so I overslept.
Your alarm never goes off.
That's true, but I swear I tried to make it in on time today. Guess it just wasn't in the stars for me to be in class so early.
Well, hopefully the stars told you about the research paper that Dr. Johnson gave.
A research paper? Come on now, the semester just started.
We're 3 weeks into the semester.
Okay, anyway, so what is this paper about?
To be honest, I don't even know what we were assigned to do.
Really? I'm so excited. I got the Black Liberation Army.
I'm pretty sure I got Asada Shakur, but am I supposed to know who that is?
You don't know who Asada Shakur is?
The last name sounds familiar, but no, I don't know who that is.
That is because she's Tupac's godmother.
Trust me, she's way more than that. Let me show you.
In the spirit of God, in the spirit of the ancestors, in the spirit of the Black Panthers, in the spirit of Asada Shakur, we make this movement towards freedom for all those who have been oppressed and all those who are still in the struggle. There were lights and sirens, gunshots were firing. Cover your eyes as I describe a scene so violent. It seemed like a bad dream. She laid in a blood puddle. Blood bubbled in her chest. Cold air brushed against open flesh. No room to rest. The pain consumed each breath. Shot twice with her hands up. Police questioned, but shot before she answered. One Panther lost his life. The other ran, and police kicked and beat her. She was beyond comprehension, trying to hold on to life. Her misanger survival was a reflex. She thought she would live with no arm. She got to the hospital, eyes held tight, they moved her room to room. She could tell by the light. They denied visits from her lawyer, but she was building as they tried to destroy her. If it wasn't for this German nurse, they would have served her worse. I wonder what would happen if that would have been me.
Do I have to get you to understand the program of the Black Panther Party? Do I have to get you to understand what we mean by Black liberation in this country? Do I have to get you to understand the necessity of Black people taking up arms to defend themselves against racist attack in this country? Listen, in our program it states, if you haven't read it, you begin to read it, you begin to understand it. This program is not made for the white community. It's outlined for the Black community. Now, number one, we want power to determine our own destinies in our own Black communities. Two, we want full employment for our people. Three, we want decent housing fit for the shelter of human beings. Four, we want an end to the robbery by the white men to the Black men in the Black communities. Five, we want a decent education that teaches us the true nature of this racist, decadent system that the Kaleidoscope Theater, Los Angeles, April 16, 1968, teaches us about our true history and role in society in the world. 6, we want all Black men to be exempt from military service. 7, we want an immediate end to police brutality and the murder of Black people. 8, we want all Black men and women to be released from county jails, prisons, federal, state, what have you, for they have not had a fair trial. They've been tried by all white juries. 9, we want all people, when brought to trial, to be tried in a group of their peer communities or people from their Black communities as defined by your Jive Constitution of the United States. Number 10,
and in summarization, we want some land, we want some bread, we want some education, we want some justice, and we want some damn peace.
Yeah, she's super badass. You know, she was one of the first women to be on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list. I think she's still on it.
Yeah, that's super cool. But I think we should get something to eat first.
And you'll tell me all about it?
I got you, let's go. Hey y'all!
It's okay.
Hey guys.
How was your Black Lives Matter chapter meeting?
You're so funny.
I wasn't there most of it, but it went pretty well actually.
Why do you even go here?
Hey, I love going to school with my people, but why do we constantly talk about the past?
For real. The world is a different place. Why are we focusing on the dark times? Come on, guys. It's like a seminar class. We sit in a circle and discuss different topics based on our unit.
Yeah, right now we're in our United Restore unit.
Yeah, Ivy got Black Liberation, Devin got Asada Shakur, and I will figure out who I got next class.
That sounds so dope. Y'all are so ignorant.
I'm not ignorant, I'm just not hung up on past problems.
Literally. And nothing's gonna change. What's the point of bringing up these problems?
You guys don't know how good you have it. The oppression in America is tucked away in the shadows. While in South Africa, where I was born, it's erupting in your face.
Continue. What do you mean by it's tucked away in the shadows?
My siblings and I were born in South Africa, but my parents decided it would be better to move here because of the after effects of the apartheid. Sure, the harsh system of institutionalized segregation was gone, but racism and barriers associated with class, education, and economic status still define my country. Not only is it safer in the U.S., if you can believe that, but has given our family more opportunities that were out of reach before we moved.
Nah, man. That's just how it seems to outsiders. I grew up in D.C. All these new white folks move in with their shiny cars and vegan burger joints. Anybody who grew up in D.C. knows it's the OG chocolate city. They're just scared of black people burning down the White House. Do you hear me?
That may be true, but one thing I know for sure is our people built the White House.
That's right.
The child is not dead. The child raises his fist against his mother, who screams Africa, screams the smell of freedom and heather and the locations of the heart under siege. The child raises his fist against his father in the march of the generations, who screams Africa, screams the smell of justice and blood in the streets of his armed pride. The child is not dead, neither at Langa nor at Nyanga, nor at Orlando nor at Sharpeville.
nor at the police station in Philippines where he lies with a bullet in his head. The child is the shadow of the soldiers, on guard with guns, saracens, and batons. The child is present at all meetings and legislations. The child peeps into the windows of houses and into the hearts of mothers. The child who just wanted to play in the sun at Nyanga is everywhere. The child. Thank you.
Many people have been skeptical of our capacity to realize the ideal of a rainbow nation. It is true that South Africa was often brought to the brink of destruction because of differences. But let us reaffirm this one thing here today. It is not our diversity which divides us. It is not our ethnicity or religion or culture that divides us. Since we have achieved our freedom, there can only be one division amongst us, between those who cherish democracy and those who do not. Since, as freedom-loving people, we want to see our country prosper and provide basic services to all. For our freedom can never be complete, or our democracy stable, unless the basic needs of our people are met. As we rebuild our country, we should remain vigilant against the enemies of development and democracy, even if they come from within our own ranks. We have seen that violence will not bring us closer to our objectives. All of us should ask ourselves the question, have I done everything in my power to bring about lasting peace and prosperity in my city and my country?
I live in a town where pretense and bone structure prevail as credentials of status and beauty. A town bewitched by mirrors, horoscopes, and corruption. I intrude on this nightmare, arm outstretched from the curbside. I'm not pointing to Zimbabwe. I want a cab to take me to Southeast so I can visit my mother. I'm not ashamed to cross the bridge that takes me there. No matter where I live or what I wear, the cabs speed by. Or they suddenly stop a few feet away, spewing fumes in my face to serve a fair-skinned fare. I live in a town where everyone is afraid of the dark. I stand my ground unarmed, facing a mounting disrespect, a diminishing patience, a need for defense. In passing headlights, I appear to be a criminal. Shaggy green hair sprouts all over me, my shoulders hunch and bulge. I growl as blood drips from my glinting fangs. My mother's flowers are wilting while I wait. Our dinner is cold by now. I live in a town where pretense and structure are devices of cruelty. A town bewitched by mirrors, horoscopes, and blood.
Let's
project? I just found out who I got right now, so nope, not really.
Oh, who'd you get?
Thomas Sankara.
Who's that?
You don't know who Thomas Sankara is?
Damn, sorry, I don't know every old black person.
What old black person don't you know?
She doesn't know who Thomas Sankara is.
Oh, Africa's Che Guevara? Of course she doesn't.
Exactly what I said.
Okay, y'all keep talking, but no one's explaining. Like, hello?
He was the president of Burkina Faso until his assassination.
Yeah, he was all for anti-imperialism and Pan-Africanism. He basically built his own version of the Cuban Revolution, but for Africa.
He fought to fix the corruption within his government and education systems, and to wipe away all the European colonial remains in his country and the rest of Africa.
His legacy lives on because, just like he said, while revolutionaries as an individual can be murdered, you cannot murder ideas.
And that's just a snippet. I'm sure you'll find out more. Apartheid is a cancer that must be exterminated. Apartheid is a form of modern Nazism. It is the living element of the racism and imperialism of our times. Ultimately, apartheid is also a tragedy in the class exploitation for the exploitation of man by man. Consequently, strategically, and tactically, we must combat apartheid. But not simply because we are black, but because we are humans and not animals. And we have chosen, in the context of the class struggle, the working class, and the class of the future, which makes people prosperous, free, and happy. Apartheid is the cancer that must be exterminated.
Guess who they are? Cowards unfit to rule, cowards unfit to resist neocolonialism and the international community. Based off their promises, we voted them into power, but alas, all promises were vain. As stomach politicians, they represent cold-blooded multinational corporations. Honorable and excellency are their titles, but nothing honorable or excellent about their nature. They inherited the OAU, now the AU, to unite the African continent with one army, one foreign policy, and one currency. But as perfect agents of neocolonialism, they sabotaged the unification of Africa. A stand they must take. Either they are agents of imperialism, faithful servants of neocolonialism, or defenders of the people's aspirations. Submerged in inferiority complex, they cannot manage their own affairs. So they give up a rich continent for cheap food donations and used clothes. This keeps Africa underdeveloped. Afraid to execute the African Revolution, they ran to the IMF, WB, G8, and G20 to participate in their own exploitation. Blind to the abundance of their own riches, their people wallow in poverty. And shamelessly, they ask the people to tighten their belt for the benefit of cold-blooded multinational corporations. Guess who they are? Cowards unfit to rule, cowards unfit to resist neocolonialism and the international community. That's who they are.
Check on Hey, la diva,
Join the Social Justice Fellowship. Our first our first meeting is Wednesday in the student lounge, and you guys should come to it.
Oh, sounds interesting. What kind of stuff do y'all do?
Oh, we focus on civil rights, voter suppression, immigration, poverty, global health care, mass incarceration, and forced labor. We also hold events and discussions with guest speakers.
Yeah, not interested.
Why not?
I just think that the civil rights movement is done. We're not slaves. Segregation is over. What else is there to fight for?
Are you joking?
What do you mean, am I joking?
You get paid to be ignorant? We may not be slaves anymore, but do you seriously believe you have nothing to fight for?
I think going to the club will help you learn something.
You should also listen to my radio show, Diary of a Black Student.
I listen to it. It's cool or whatever.
I loved your episode on the school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. You should tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Maybe get you some food for thought.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
You especially.
Show is about to start.
It's right here. I am setting it up right now. And it is starting.
Hello, everyone. It's Samuel Reed, and you're listening to Diary of a Black Student. Today, I'm joined alongside a very special guest of mine, Lori, and we'll be discussing our university's housing crisis and lack of financial aid provided to students. Lori?
Hey, I'm Lori, and I'm very excited to be here.
All right, well, let's get into it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it here at the university. I mean, it's the home of Black excellence. But that tuition is outrageous.
I mean, yeah, it's not cheap, but this is a very prestigious university. It's the home of Black excellence. You know, quality education comes at a price.
Nothing good in life comes free. Everyone knows that. But you're saying that charging $15,000 more of a year is acceptable? We don't even give out enough student aid to do that.
So, are you expecting your entire tuition to be covered through student aid?
Are you going to pay $50,000 more a year until you graduate? The lack of financial aid is restricting our community from going to HBCUs. As a result, Black students usually graduate with more student loan debt than other ethnic groups.
Our community needs to stop relying on handouts. You have to work to get what you want.
How do you pay for tuition?
My parents. They can afford it because they work hard to be financially stable.
Well, I'm glad that you're well off, but not everyone is as fortunate as you. I had to take out student loans to pay for the remainder of my tuition because the university could not cover what I had saved up. Also, it's an HBCU. They know their main demographic. If the median income of a black household is $44,000 a year, why are we charging more than that? You have the mindset that black people need a degree to succeed. Am I wrong?
I mean, no one can expect to get a good job or a high salary paying job without a college degree. How many people do you see working six-figure jobs with only a high school diploma?
How can we get our degrees in the first place if we can't even afford them? The university does not care about us. Student loans only create more generations of debt. Also, I want you to listen. I want you to listen very carefully. This university receives millions of dollars in government subsidies and grants yearly, yet can't provide half the students with full need? Don't you see? The reason that most students drop out is because they can't afford it. They trick us by being an HBCU, and then they treat us like trash.
Okay, I'm sorry, but it's not the university's responsibility to lower the cost of tuition for half the student population. They have other things to put their money toward.
Oh, other things to put money toward. We have a housing crisis. Students can't even live in their dorms, and the university is doing nothing about it.
You have no clue what the universities are doing behind closed doors. It's not like you can just fix the dorms while students are actively living in them.
You're joking, right? Students are sleeping in tents, there's mold in the showers, and rats in the common rooms. Obviously, you have nothing to say, because you're just too busy shining the dean's shoes. I'm sorry, y'all, for cutting the show short today, but Dean Walters, if you're out there, you need to fix this.
Lori is an absolute clown. You couldn't even figure out what to say.
Well, I kind of understand what they're saying.
Yeah, me too. He said what was on a lot of our minds, so I hope the dean listens.
What the hell? What's wrong? Look at this email that Dean Walters just sent me.
God.
She's cutting your radio show?
I'm not gonna let that happen. I gotta go speak to her, and I have violated some community guidelines. But this is the first time I'm ever hearing about these guidelines.
Oh, and she's saying that if you don't take the episode off, she's gonna pull your show?
That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go to her office and speak to her right now.
We'll come with you. Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm not going.
I'm not going either. I might have been on your show, but you shouldn't have disrespected the dean.
Okay, whatever. Guys, let's go. I need to speak to the dean right now.
She's not in at the moment, but I can take a message and get it to you when she returns.
Oh, I don't want to leave a message for her. I want to speak to her right now.
Well, like I said, she's not here, so you'll have to wait until she returns, which won't be until Friday.
Friday? I can't wait until then. This is urgent. My radio show is at stake.
I'm sorry, there's not much I can do about that.
Then we'll wait.
But what do you mean by we'll wait? Did you not hear her? She said the dean won't be back until Friday. That's 3 days from now.
Well, I'm not moving until I see her. So yes, we'll wait.
Wait, are we actually gonna wait here, or is this just like a joke?
Oh, we're gonna wait here. And if you want to leave, the doors are right over there.
That was cool. I was just wondering, damn.
You should post on the Social Justice Fellowship account. Get some more people over here.
You're right. Maybe that'll get the dean down here faster.
Hey, everybody! Live stream this.
This is not a small voice you hear. This is a large voice coming out of these cities. This is the voice of Latanya, Kadisha, Shaniqua. This is the voice of Antoine, Daryl, Shaquille, running over waters, navigating the hallways of our school, spilling out on the corners of our cities, and no epitaphs spill out of their river mouths. This is not a small love you hear. This is a large love, a passion for learning kissing on its face. This is a love that crowns the feet with hands that nourish, conceive, feel the water sails, mend the children, folds them inside our history, where they toast more than the flesh, where they suck on the bones of the alphabet and spit out closed vowels. This is a love colored from iron and lace. This is a love initialed Black Genius. This is not a small voice you hear.
Let America be America again.
Let it be the dream it used to be. America never was America to me.
Let America be the dream that dreamers dream. Let it be that great, strong land of love, where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above.
It never was America to me. But opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. But there's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. I am the worker,
man, full of strength and hope, tangled in that ancient endless chain.
Of profit, power gain, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of owning everything for one's own greed. I am the worker, sold to the machine.
I am the Negro, servant to you all.
I am the people, humble, hungry me, hungry yet today despite the dream. Yet I'm the one who dreamt our basic dream.
And torn from Black African strand, I came
to build a homeland of the free.
The free?
Who said the free? Not me.
Surely not me.
For all the dreams we've dreamt, and all the songs we've sung, and all the hopes we've held, and all the flags we've hung.
The millions who have nothing for our pay.
Except the dream that's almost dead today.
Oh, let America be America again.
The land that never has been yet, and yet must be. The land where every man is free.
Who made America? Whose sweat and blood? Whose faith and pain?
Whose hand at the foundry? Whose plow in the rain? Must bring back our mighty dream again. The seal of freedom does not stain.
America.
Oh yes, I say it plain.
America never was America to me.
And yet I swear this oath, America will be.
We, the people, must redeem the land, the plants, the mines, the rivers,
the mountains, and the endless plain. All the stretch of these great green states, and make America again.
Don't you run when you hear the sirens coming. When you hear the sirens coming, you better not run, 'cause the sirens are coming for you. What have you done? You went to school that day. Was a bit late, but it was a Monday. Kept after class for answering back. You apologized, ain't no harm in that. What have you done? There's no need to run. If you've done nothing wrong, you lied, you just have to
Even at this illustrious Black institution, there's only one thing people call that: a riot.
Oh, Ivy, I'm sick of it. I just can't bear this pain any longer. Going through each and every day with less and less friends, all because we just spoke our truth, held our ground, and look at where it brought us, done and lying in that hospital bed in a coma.
I'm so sick of it too. I'm sick of not being treated like a full human being.
We can't let them get away with this. We can't let this happen any longer.
Sasha, we're not going to let them get away with it. This is so much bigger than my show or any stupid policy. They played with our lives.
Oh, you know why you guys are here? Y'all weren't even at the Senate.
Don't get me wrong, I didn't exactly agree with how you guys went about with this, but this is entirely too much. I could have never imagined it to turn out this way.
Yeah, the police should have never been called. I was watching y'all on the live stream and y'all were being completely peaceful the entire time. The situation is so messed up.
Don't you see what we've been trying to tell you? You shouldn't have to witness it firsthand to finally care or understand about the violence that the police can do to our community.
Hey, as if arguing is gonna change anything. Devin is still lying about hospital bed.
Well, what matters now is what we're going to do moving forward. So what's the plan?
I'm gonna go talk to the dean. There's no way they're ignoring me too.
I'm coming with you.
Me too.
No! This all started because I wanted to have a sit-in about my radio show. I have to do this by myself.
Yeah, guys, we need to go back up and just check on Devin.
All right, Sammy. Let us know how it goes. Good luck.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound, burning in a hopeless dream. Hold me when you go to sleep. Keep me in the warmth of your love when you depart. Keep me safe and sound. Lift me up, hold me down. Keep me close, safe and sound. Drowning in an endless sea. Take some time to stay with me. Keep me in the strength of your arms. Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound. Burning in a hopeless dream. Hold me when you go to sleep. Keep me safe with your light and with your love. And lift me up in your arms. I need love, I need love, I need love. Hold me close, hold me safe. Hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me. Hold me, hold me, hold me. And we need
I need to speak to the dean now.
Okay, you should be out later. Samuel Reed, you created quite the circle these past 2 days, but I'm glad we finally get to meet.
I mean, we could have met sooner. Maybe before you canceled my radio show?
Listen, I know you have a lot to say to me, Why don't you come in my office so we can talk? Cancel my meeting for the rest of the day. Have a seat. How's your friend doing?
What do you care? She's in that hospital with no thanks to you.
Of course I care. Listen, I was moved by what you guys did. It took an enormous amount of strength and courage. Not all adults have volunteers.
But
this is a university that abides by strict safety procedures. When those are broken and student safeties aren't concerned, it is no longer in the school's hands on what happens next. Listen, I understand, but you have to understand, this school, when the authorities are directed a disturbance, it is their job to investigate and execute immediately.
Wow. Do you even hear yourself? How are a bunch of your students peacefully protesting a disturbance to you? There wasn't even any chaos until the police came at us forcibly.
I hear where you're coming from. I do. But I don't get to decide everything that happens around here. Security footage shows that some of the folks that came to your sit-in were not students of this university. And I can't have random people running around my campus. My heart breaks for what they did to your friend. But you guys put this university at a huge security risk.
Well, I don't know how those students got there, but all of your students were protesting peacefully. Students who you failed to protect. Now my friend Devin is unconscious in a hospital bed. There was nothing appropriate about the police's response, or yours. Wow. It seems that the administration only cares about donating corporations and philanthropist concerns, instead of their own student body. God, it's always about money in this goddamn country. Why does it always go back to money in this country?
First of all, I am the dean, and you are in my office, and you are to respect me. Second of all, I'm sorry about your show. It was wrong for this institution for it to go off air and to cut your funding. But I was getting a lot of heat and pressure from donors about your show creating negative feedback on tuition increase. But in order for this school to even open up next year, I had to lay off a fraction of my staff and cut salaries. I know it's frustrating, but it's completely out of my control. Listen, this game of life is not fair. We don't always get what we want. This is the reality that we must all face.
You know what? I've heard enough. Thank you for shining a light on what kind of school I attend.
We are not responsible for your lost or stolen relatives. We cannot guarantee your safety if you disobey our instructions. We do not endorse the causes or claims of people begging for handouts. We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. Your ticket does not guarantee that we will honor your reservations. In order to facilitate our procedures, please limit your carrying on. Before taking off, please extinguish all smoldering resentments. If you cannot understand English, you will be moved out of the way. In the event of a loss, you'd better look out for yourself. Your insurance was canceled because we can no longer handle your frightful claims. Our handlers lost your luggage, and we are unable to find the key to your legal case. You were detained for interrogation because you fit the profile. You are not presumed to be innocent if the police have reason to suspect you are carrying a concealed wallet. It's not our fault you were born wearing a gang color. It's not our obligation to inform you of your rights. Step aside while our officer inspects your bad attitude. You have no rights we are bound to respect. Please, remain calm, or we can be held responsible for what happens to you.
Yep, 2 young Negroes.
And you bet
that one time while driving past the Black Lives Matter protest?
Yeah?
More angry black children?
Yep.
More angry black people to tell you it's all your fault.
Get ready, because I'm about to take you on a wild ride through my drug-infested family tree.
Girl, you guessed it.
My formerly teen mom is addicted to cocaine.
Wait, wasn't it heroin?
No, it was cocaine. Heroin's for white people. And my dad...
Oh boy, take your pick.
Let's see, I have deadbeat black dad, dead black dad, drug dealer black dad,
drug addicted black dad,
gangbanger black dad, jailed black dad.
Wait, I thought it was your brother in jail.
Doesn't matter, as long as it makes for a good poem. Oh, and we can't forget about police brutality. Should I go angry?
Stop killing us!
Should I go sad?
Stop killing us!
Don't worry, I'll figure it out. It doesn't really matter anyway. I've written 1 million black oppression poems. I'm not supposed to write about more than my oppression, more than my blood.
I'm not supposed to be more than my eulogy, more than my gravestone. Not supposed to exist outside my oppression poem. We exist to make pretty stuff out of painful stuff.
Ain't that why black people only win Oscars for movies about blackness? Watch me 12 years a slave the hell out this poem. Watch me milk the pretty tears out your faces. Ain't that why black is only beautiful if it's dead? If it makes for a good hashtag, a good martyr?
And of course, you get the gist by now, so you can stop listening.
If you haven't already.
Cause no, you won't hear me whisper through the whimpers at night when the splinters of slave ship push pins into the palms of my hands that rest like empty dinner tables crowded with porcelain plates. You want this body so bad but don't want its breath. You want this art so bad but don't want the artist to exist outside our art. So I'll be your angry black girl. It's easier for you to tune that out, right? Laugh around the fires of my frustrations, cooking up stereotypes like melting chocolate over marshmallows, crack up with the crack of the flames that whip cocoa butter into submission.
It's just tastier that way.
So laugh at my anger. Never acknowledged it before. Never acknowledged the angst seeping through pores, dripping fear like gasoline.
Never acknowledged the puddles of petroleum we stand in,
but enjoyed the combustion. See, I'm only fussing.
Lay our bodies at the bottoms of fire pits.
Will be cool for you. I mean, cool for you. I mean, just warm enough for you to enjoy your chocolate fondue. And we'll smile hard until dimples are edged into our cheeks, deeper than the letters engraved in our gravestones.
You can hold me in these chains, I'll get out. Father, free me from this bondage. Knowing my condition is the reason I must change. Your stinking resolution is no type of solution, preventing me from freedom, maintaining your pollution. I won't support your lie no more. I won't even try no more. If I have to die, oh Lord, that's how I choose to live. I won't be compromised no more. I can't be victimized no more. I just don't sympathize no more. 'Cause now I understand. I get out. I get out of your boxes. I get out. You can hold me in these chains. I get out. Father, free me from this bondage. Knowing my condition is the reason I must change. You just wanna use me. You say love and abuse me. You never thought you'd lose me. But how quickly we forget that nothing is for certain. You thought I'd say it hurting. Your guilt just not working. It's pressing me to death. 'Cause now I'm choosing life, yo. I'll take the sacrifice, yo. If everything must go, that's how I choose to live. No more compromises. I see past your disguises.
She didn't give me a clear answer on anything. Just some corporate response.
That's so messed up. I mean, if I learned anything, it's that we can't give up now. Look how far we've come. Devin could have died from her head trauma. What are we gonna do? Just forget that happened and move on? I can't move on like nothing happened.
Yes, but what happens at the next protest? What happens when the next person gets hurt? There's no guarantee that they'll wake up too. Oh, guys, maybe we should just lay low for a while.
That's true. There is no guarantee. I mean, there usually isn't. It's like the Black Liberation Army. Somebody just sat around asking the white man for guns to fight. We've got to do something.
Yeah, you got the right idea. Like, if the soldiers of the Black Liberation Army sat around and followed all the rules like the government wanted them to, then the Bronx would still be on fire. Little kids would still be starving in the projects, and men would still be losing their battles with addiction in the ghettos of Harlem.
You know, she's got a point. No one in this world can tell you what to do or how to live your life. If we want change, we have to bring it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, guys, and I really regret not coming to the sit-in. It was super petty of me. I guess just growing up around money and seeing how hard my parents worked, I assumed that would be the case for everyone else coming here. But I realized I was wrong. I'm ashamed of the way I used to flaunt my wealth. Working long hours, barely getting to see your kids grow up all for a paycheck, that's so messed up. But I just never saw it like that before.
Yeah, that's what America wants you to think. That if you work hard enough, that if you make enough money, the color of your skin won't get you started in anthropology. In the end, all that does is divide us. Black is black, no matter what. And no amount of money can fix racism, fortunately.
Well, trust, I'm not making that mistake again. We should have a protest. A big, loud one.
Yeah, I like the sound of that, but do you want to explain what you mean by big and loud?
I mean, let's plan something so big that it can't help but get the dean's attention.
Well, if a student being hospitalized doesn't get the dean's attention, I'm just not sure what will.
She wasn't at her office last time. Maybe this time we circle around her building and protest.
It's a good idea.
Sammy, start posting on the fellowship Instagram about this.
Done.
You guys are so right. I know we can do this, even though I'm a bit scared. I have this feeling we're doing something impactful and important. I'm gonna let a few people in my sociology class know. I know they'll be down to help.
Wait, guys. What are we even trying to accomplish with this protest?
Oh, please don't start with that negativity. You can leave if you want.
As if being negative to her is going to help anything. Also, she's right. We can't protest without a clear reason.
Thank you. You're an idiot, by the way. I know I may not have the same opinions as you, but I've grown and listened, and you should try and do the same.
Hey! It's not an issue to me as long as we're all on the same side. There's only power in numbers.
Yeah. Last time it was about your radio show, but this time it just feels like it's much more bigger than that. We are fighting for our lives. We are fighting for our rights.
Yeah. Last time she said she couldn't do anything because it was out of her control. Let's see what's in her control.
Yeah, there has to be something that just clearly lays out her different responsibilities.
I didn't think keeping a safe environment for your students needed to be written down. But what if we write a proposal with the petition attached of all the students in favor of removing police presence on campus?
You know, I can help you write if you want.
Perfect, let's start writing.
Oh, Debbie's parents just texted me. She can have visitors now. Let's go check up on her.
Yeah.
When the water's rushing up your neck and the ground
Calling black people, calling all black people, man, woman, child, wherever you are, calling you, urgent. Come in, black people, come in, black people, wherever you are, calling you, calling all black people, calling you, black people, come in, black people, calling all black people, calling all black people, come in, black people, come in, black people, black people, come on in. The game of Simon Says.
You know how it goes.
When Simon says do an action, you do an action. But you're only supposed to do an action when Simon says. Ready? Simon says, raise your right hand. Simon says, put your right hand down. Simon says, raise your left hand. Put your left hand down. Oh!
Simon didn't say, y'all are good. Simon says, put your left hand down. Now, cross your arms.
No, Simon didn't say cross your arms. You need to make sure you're listening.
Okay, Simon says, smile, shows your teeth. You're only as valuable as you are able. Simon says, raise your right hand again. Wave.
Why are you waving? You don't know how to listen? You must not be a good listener at home. Simon says it's not time for a bathroom break. You go when Simon says. Eat when Simon says.
Leave this room when Simon says.
There's only one rule. Only do what Simon says.
Simon says only speak when you are told to speak.
Simon says, speak to your neighbor now.
Why is everyone speaking now? You chose to play this game, now you're choosing not to play? How dare you ruin it for everyone else?
Simon says it's not time for a bathroom break, so stop asking.
Simon says you're not listening.
People that don't listen will never be successful. You know what? They don't even care.
They don't.
Just take a book and shut up. Read, Simon says read.
Simon says time to find the hallways again, one behind the other.
Straight silent line, tight to the right. Simon says if you can't be silent, how will you know what Simon is telling you to do?
Silence.
I said be silent. Simon said be silent.
Simon says only 20 minutes to eat your lunch and be silent.
Eat faster. Eat faster.
Simon says sit up straight and be still.
Simon says tuck in uniform. You don't want to tuck in your uniform? Go sit in the corner.
Simon says if you can't handle this classroom, how will you handle your jail cell?
Simon says you will refer to it as Officer Simon from here on.
And Officer Simon says know your place. Officer Simon says
show us your teeth, boy. You're only as valuable as you are able.
Officer Simon says
put your hands down. We don't raise our hands here. There are no questions here. Officer Simon says you must not be a good listener at home.
At this rate, you'll not be going back home.
Officer Simon says you are to speak when you are told to speak. Officer Simon says speak to your cellmate now.
Why aren't you speaking now? You chose to play this game, now you're choosing not to play. How dare you ruin it for everyone else?
Officer Simon says it's still not time for a bathroom break, so stop asking.
Officer Simon says you're not listening.
People that don't listen will never be successful.
Officer Simon says time to follow the hallways again, one behind the other.
Straight silent line, touch to the right. Officer Simon says if you can't be silent, how will you know what Officer Simon is telling you to do?
Silence.
I said be silent. Officer Simon said be silent. This is uniform. This is face when you talking to me. Clean your butt, you animal. Sit up straight.
I don't care if I didn't say Officer Simon said. Officer Simon said it, so sit up straight.
And be still. Be still. Be still. Officer Simon says if you can't handle your jail cell, how will you handle your casket?
The few strings snap and pull the doll's flimsy limbs for his last ballet. An American piece. His arms flung like a flamingo's wings, his sachet of flames undulation. Dip, wave, his head snapped into a sky gaze, a pained grin white beneath the doorway's light, his legs braiding in the climactic pirouette, his convulsive shoulders rolling, the body's final drift, smooth as a sun-baked blood flake, flecked off a rhino's horn. The gored corpse sweet meets to a smoky gauze of ravenous flies humming and blood-sucking tiny gunpowder-singed hearts. Until, at last, the strings go slack. The doll sprawls into a crippled collapse, his face half lit. The puppeteers praising this black ghost, steel-pierced, last, dying quake. And that last wheeze, and escaping, you've heard it, drops the floodgates for the real ghosts. A bouquet of them, a blitzkrieg of black orchids roaring, and they blaze. For Amadou Diallo.
Everyone quiet down! I have an announcement to make. A few weeks ago, I went on to my radio show, Diary of a Black Student, and alongside my friend Lori, we discussed issues we students face on campus. Specifically, the housing crisis that is being ignored and the huge tuition increases. Shortly after, my show was cut from the air. So much for free speech. But my friends and I, and everyone who came to the Synod, knew we weren't going to let that slide. We had to take a stand. I want to say thank you to all the brave folks who showed up and took a risk for our cause. Yes. It's with a heavy heart that my friend Devin, who was protesting at our peaceful sit-in, received a head injury that put her into a coma for a week. I'm so happy to say that she has made a full recovery, and I want to welcome her up here today.
I never thought it would be me, but it was. Today I'm here to tell you guys that it could be any of you. If we don't stand up and speak out for what we believe, we'll never see justice. We'll never reach peace. Individually, we have one voice, but if we band together in our march and in our speech, our voices might just start a revolution. When I first started this semester, I thought my biggest worry would be if I would make friends or the workload, but instead, I see my friends' freedom of speech be suppressed and countless people's right to peaceful demonstration be obstructed to the extent of law enforcement and violence. When I woke up in that hospital, I cried when I first spoke because I was so close to not having a voice in this world. Every day we wake up, each and one of us, and we have our voice. So I'm here today telling you, I'm begging you, please use it. Because from what I learned, is that it's truly a privilege. Thank you.
We want peace, not police. We want peace, not police. We want peace, not police. We want peace, not police.
We are a nation with no geographic boundaries, bound together through our beliefs. We are like-minded individuals, sharing a common vision, pushing toward a world rid of color lines.
We want peace, not police. 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 We want peace, not police.
Up there, I literally got chills.
Let me hold on. It's not over yet.
Yeah, I bet we can get the crowd to be louder. We need the dean to come out.
But guys, before we keep going, can I say one thing?
I mean, of course. Hey, the floor is yours.
Like I said before, I thought I lost my voice in this world forever. But because I've been given this privilege again, I want to be a voice to those who are lost. Voices that come from people who look like me. Black women experience higher levels of police violence more than any other woman. We've been beaten, killed, raped, and nobody cares. These incidents, they constantly get swept under the table. But not anymore. Even though black women may not be killed at the same rate as black men, that doesn't mean our victimization by an unjust system is any less important. I will not stand by and watch another black woman be violent and mistreated because of systematic racism.
Everybody in my family spends a whole lot of time worrying about our black boys. About body bags and empty beds. I spend a whole lot of time worrying about our black boys. About blue suits and bullets. And yet, I'm not losing sleep over my future daughter or my sister because we ain't supposed to remember Charlene A. Lyles, Sandra Bland, right? Because if we recognize black women death, we gonna have to recognize black women rape, black women health, black women right to her own body. So here I stand in the push and pull of my pain. Can't be real. If yours is the fear crawling up our spines, only entitled to speak for our brothers like they're the only ones we got to protect, sisters. We have scars that are just as deep, bodies that still ain't healed. We have danger in our breasts and a right to hold our brothers accountable, to not always be the ones who nurture. When you say brutality, I'm left wondering if you mean Stephen Clark, bullets to the back, or Eric Garner, not enough breath, but not Rokia Boyd, gun to the head, or Charlene Corley, strip searched, robbed of her own body. It is time we have a right to a spine that is curved and still able to be scared. To keep on wondering when we will matter, when this will be our fight. Thank you.
If there's one thing I hate most about the college application process, it's all the questions they ask. Like I'm the only person under 6 years old in a computer lab full of senior citizens trying to set up their first email account. I can never think of enough answers to give, let alone put them together in a proper paragraph format for each essay prompt in 700 words or less. Question: what is your favorite subject? I say love, I say you, but I leave the part about you out. Question: what makes you feel the most at peace? I think art, I think colors, I think laundry. Like the way you can put in something dirty and it comes out new again. I want to come out new again. The way you separate the colors, the goods from the bads, the darks from the lights. The way the kids on the playground always did the same thing to me. How
come pale colors are pure and dark colors are evil? My skin is a black water you can't wash off. Question. If you were to die right now, what would be your biggest regret? Maybe that I spent the last 3 hours of my life scrolling through missing pages of colleges that I'm too dead to go to anymore, that I hated church but took forever to appreciate how good the music was, that I didn't apply to college before California phased out affirmative action, that I died before I hit my growth spurt, that my ancestors died for my right to a higher education that I will never grow tall enough to reach. That I never asked enough questions, like, do I really need to go to church, really need to get into heaven? Because I've read the scriptures and I've seen the paintings, but nowadays, every angel looks just like me. Question. What is your fondest childhood memory? I think racing the second grade boys and winning. I think my first boyfriend. I think the time I sat as my 7-year-old Christian school classmates watched the crucifixion of Christ on VCR tape, and I told them that it was just a movie, and I got sent to the office. I think the time I prayed and asked for forgiveness and told God, I really didn't mean to offend you. I loved your movie. I thought your acting was amazing. Question. What is your worst childhood memory? I think the time I realized that, unlike Michael Jackson, not all black people turned white with age, and I really was stuck like this. I think how my first boyfriend was white, and how his friends would tug and pull at my hair and trip me during the races once they found out. I think the time I peed myself while waiting for my mom to pick me up from the bus stop on the corner when I was in 3rd grade. I think the time I saw a man punch his girlfriend in broad daylight on the corner when I was in the 3rd grade. I think getting all the way up to my 3rd year of high school and realizing that I'd never broken a heart. That ever since elementary school, I was always the paper, never the rock, never the scissors. Careful that tall men did not feel threatened by my black girl frame. His love was a fire, and he could keep me warm, or he could burn me alive. Not realizing my power, I am not your baby girl. I could swallow you whole. Question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? My teacher asks the class this question for practice. White girls in the musical theater department say New York, and the boys say the same. Some say in college, some in school, top of the class at Berkeley. I turned to the boy next to me. His hands folded into each other as his black boy knuckles turned valley go white. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? He says, hopefully, alive.
Make believing is hard alone, out here on my own. We're always proving who we are, always reaching for that rising star to guide me far and shine me home, out here on my own. When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh baby, be strong for me, baby, belong to me. Help me through, help me need you. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? I may not win, but I can't be thrown out here on
everyone. As a student body, we demand that all police presence be removed from campus and that funding is reinstated so that Sammy Show can get put back on air. We also demand that there are no limits set on a diary of a black student. These demands must be implemented now.
That's right.
And if these demands are not implemented, we will have no other choice but to leave the campus until the decision is changed.
Yes.
No
justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Everybody quiet down now. Now, I know a lot has happened these last couple of weeks, and I hear you have demands.
Yes, we do. It is that Shammy Show is put back on air, and that the police are taken off our campus.
Yes.
You know, I may have said some things that you didn't like, but that does not give you the right to take away my show.
Period.
You're limiting my art and my voice.
Yes. I hear you, Samuel. And this university takes pride in their students. No student's voice should ever be silenced. We take pride in the students and the things they create. Therefore, your show remains on air.
Yes. Wait, but what about the police?
The police have been asked to leave campus and are doing so as we speak.
Period. That's right.
Was there anything else?
No, that was our demands.
So I see you all will be returning to class.
Yes, Dean Walters.
Okay.
I just want to say, thank all of you. Thank you so much. Coming out here today and taking a risk, it really shows that when we work together for a common cause, we can really make a change. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, what I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars still night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. You with freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it.
for supporting me through all of this, especially you, Sammy. If it weren't for you guys, I don't think I could have spoken out there.
Hey, you don't need to thank me. That was all you out there. Besides, this is what we do. We come together. We fight.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
And I'm so glad the dean listened to our demands.
I mean, I'm happy too, but, you know, the police are wicked as hell. And in a few months, they're just going to find another way to get back on campus.
Hey man, you can't think like that. A little faith in the system.
You're right. Have a little faith in the system that oppressed my people for centuries. We as black people go to an HBCU and we still face violence. I'm sorry, but I really don't think I can just stay at a place that only reacts when their image is going to be tarred.
So what are you going to do?
I've been thinking of working for a nonprofit, the Black Alliance for Peace. I'm sorry, but I can't just continue to stay here. I have to be a part of something that is doing something long term.
But we are doing something. We're just getting started.
I know we're just getting started. We fought really hard, which is why I need to go after something bigger than just this school. The structure. Besides, being here is just going to suppress my fight for liberation. And it's not just my fight, it's our fight.
Sammy, you're absolutely right, and everything you're saying makes perfect sense. You will definitely be missed.
But I just wonder what will happen to your radio show.
I've already thought ahead. Alex, I think you would be the perfect fit for the radio show. You've always said you wanted to do more, so now's your chance. And Sasha, you deserve the radio show. It's yours.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, that's a lot, but I'd be more than happy to do it and do it right. I know how much this fellowship meant to you.
Thank you.
Wait, since we're making announcements, Devin, I wanted to give you a welcome home gift.
Lori, what? You didn't have to.
I know I'm not required to do anything, but I really wanted to.
Oh my God. Lori, you have to be kidding me. Oh my God.
I'm so serious.
What is it?
She paid my entire hospital bill. Like, how did you do this? Why did you do this?
God.
Because I talked to your parents when you were in the hospital, and from covering your tuition to all these new medical bills, things would just pile up. I realized our school's tuition places a financial burden on families, especially when something unexpected like your situation happens. So then I started thinking that if I was in your position, I'm privileged enough that money wouldn't have been an issue. So I talked to my parents, and I had it covered.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say, but I'm just so grateful. Thank you
That's
so
really
much.
sweet, Lori.
Sammy, when do you leave? Are you planning to finish the semester?
Semester? Well, no, I'm not coming back until after spring break, so about a week.
We're gonna miss you. We should throw a party.
Yes! No.
A going away party for Sammy!
Yes! And it could be like a celebration for the demands getting met. Like, come on.
A big and loud one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Come on. We're doing it.
Okay. Fine. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Go. Woo!
about you. We're all the same, whatever we do. Love me, hate me, you know me then. You can't figure out the bag I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah. There is a long hair who doesn't like the short hair for being such a rich one that will not have the poor. Different strokes for different strokes, and so on and so on and do me do. We gotta live together. There is a yellow one who can't accept the black, one who can't accept the red, one who can't accept the white. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on and do we do. I am everyday
Stay beautiful, but don't stay down underground too long. Don't turn into a mole, or a worm, or a root, or a stone. Come on out into the sunlight. Breathe in trees, knock out mountains, commune with snakes, and be the very hero of birds. Don't forget to poke your head out. Blink, and think. Walk all around, swim upstream, and don't forget to fly. I'd like to take a moment to thank our student directors, Sky and Institute, as well as our student scriptwriters who made this show possible.
We would like to thank everyone out for coming out tonight, and give a special hand to the special applause to the stage crew and sound, everyone backstage, and the band. And a special thanks to all the teachers that helped us produce this production. Thank you. Thank you.
Life